All right. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the session on Microsoft Excel. I believe my audio is reaching to all, and you're able to hear me.
Yeah, you are.
Yes,
Yes.
audio.
Yeah, thank you so much. Uh, so, first thing first, you must have received one email having an attachment called Advanced Excel some case studies or sample case study, something like that, a zip file.
Yeah.
So, I request everyone, please download the same as it is from that email and do not open any file any point of time from that zip folder. Just go for right click upon the same and go for extract all. So when I go for extract all, you can notice a clone of that folder is coming up and the files inside whatever it is there, it is popping up something like this. Okay. So please do that. That is the first thing. And once you do this, kindly confirm in the chat box Y for yes or D for done. And entire 4 days of journey, we are going to work in this particular folder, whatever the files we have. I will let you know about how to do and what to do on this. But first thing, you please confirm. If you have done it, well and good. If you have not done it, please do it now. All right. So in the meantime, instead of being alien to each other in this meeting room, let's start with a formal introduction so that we can get to know each other very well. You can ask your questions in the comfort zone and we can make our program more interactive. And at the end of the day, you'll be having a lot of confidence to make your things better. So let me start with myself. My name is Prabhas Panda. Past 17 years, I have been to this MS Office training and consulting, and I own an organization called Excel4all. Though the name is Excel, but the expertise is not confined to Excel alone. We do provide training on complete Microsoft Office applications along with the ETL tools like Power BI, Tableau, finance modeling with Excel, and finance for non-finance. So these are the core expertise area. We drive the sessions. Mostly we work with the corporates, but yes, in the weekends we do conduct this kind of public workshops for those people who don't get an opportunity to learn in their comfort zone in the workplace because of the work exigency or work pressure. For them, we have designed this kind of tailor-made courses so that they can get a feel and they can make things better while designing or report or any kind of data they are handling, how to deal with the same, how to make more insights out of the data, how to turn the data into crystal report, everything. This is how the scope of the work and we are going to learn it. So this is a brief introduction about me and the program agenda I bit told you. Now I'm interested to know something more about you as well as the expectations from this program. Now I'll be calling out the name from my panel and you have to help me with a two-line of introduction, what you do, what exactly you do in your workplace in two-line of introduction, and how much time you are spending in Excel over there, and what's your expectation from the program of the 16 hours. You have to express it out. It is optional. If you do not want to disclose your corporate name, that's also fine because since it is recorded, but we are not going to publish that in the cloud anywhere, any point of time. This will be only your property and it will be their lifetime. But yes, this is up to you. I'm not forcing you to disclose your company's names over here. Okay, fine then. So I'll start working with the first name in my panel is called Mr. Bhushan. Yes, Bhushan, able to hear me?
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Bhushan Thorat. I'm a BCom graduate and I work into a finance field.
Mhm.
About the Excel, I haven't worked much on it, so just trying to get as much as I can from this sessions. Thank
Okay,
you.
no problem. Yeah. Next, we'll go to Chidaranjan.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good
My name is
afternoon.
Chittaranjan Sao. I am
Mhm.
from Odisha, but
Mhm.
now I live in New Delhi. I
Okay.
have completed my graduation BCom from Utkal University. Uh,
Okay.
I have 3 years experience in concentric drug service in India Private as a backend process in BPO line. I have and 5 years experience in Manupatra Information Solution Private Limited as a technical support. My strength is being a good team player. My hobbies is playing carrom. That's all about.
Okay. Next, I'll go to it's Harshada, right? If I'm right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. From Chennai, basically. I have done my graduation in finance and I've been in my early career lately. I do really like to work on Excel, but I really know the basics of it and I wanted to go in deeper into it. That's why I've joined this class.
Okay. Next, I'll go to Rohit.
Uh, Hi everyone, my name is Rohit. I have 6+ years of experience. I have a BTech in computer science. Currently, I am part of a digital transformation team. So a lot of my work involves big data analytics. It involves hypothesis testing. So to progress in this career, I want the domain knowledge, and Excel is a very, very big part of it. Hence, I'm here.
All right. So thank you so much, bit of sharing about yourself, guys. Well, I'll tell you one thing. As you know, Excel is such a subject. In fact, 6 months training is also not enough to complete the subject. Do you believe me?
Yes.
Right. So like this, I'll keep asking a lot of questions to you. Is it clear? Have you understood? Are you with me? Is it done? So I'll be also seeking a line of support from your side in the chat box. Please drop me a message, Y for yes or D for done. So this is how we are going to communicate throughout the training program. Now, it's not just one and I'll be driving some PPT or something and you have to keep watching my screen and you have to remember. No, it's a 100% hands-on practice you will be doing in the training program itself so that you will be getting a feel on that. And overnight, nothing is possible, as you know. You have to also keep practicing at your workplace by taking your live data, and then only you will be getting the things registered in your mind. And here I will tell you one thing, what people always commit a mistake, though they are working for since ages or past 7 years, 8 years, or 10 years in Excel, they believe that we know Excel. And that is the reason why they are unable to learn properly. So first thing, the main mantra is unlearn yourself. Whatever the things you are aware of about Excel, please unlearn that. You might be good at in Excel, I'm not denying about that, or you want to still polish your skills, could be the case, I'm not denying. But the thing is, your hunger to learn, if it is not there, then definitely nobody can help you out. So first thing is, please unlearn whatever the knowledge you have about Excel. And whenever I'm telling something, maybe the data would be related to finance. You might be working with supply chain. The matter might be related to HR, but you might be working with your marketing or sales department. But the techniques remains the same. So the techniques or the logics, whatever you are going to learn, try to connect with your workplace, where and how I can utilize the same. And trust me, if that kind of parallel learning system, if you developed at your backend, 60% of things will be registered in the training itself. And rest of 40%, only thing is you have to work out so that you can get it registered easily. So take my words, please make sure post training you are going to have a rigorous practice. And once you're thorough with Excel, your fundamental and foundation thing will be clear. And once your base is clear and strong, you can learn anything, any kind of data analytical tool, any kind of coding you want to learn, though it is SQL, though it is Excel VBA macro, though it is Power BI, though it is Tableau, anything. It will be just a kind of a cakewalk for you. So whatever things I'm going to tell you, definitely that is going to help you somewhere now or the other time. But yes, ensure that you are making everything clear in this training program. Though it is a silly or sensible doubt, do not classify, do not make an opinion. If I ask a silly doubt, Prabhas is going to make an opinion about me. I am not here to do so. I'm here to help you out. But unless and until you help yourself asking the questions, my contribution is not going to make any sense over here. So you have to equally contribute to the program so that you can also learn. So you have to help yourself first with that. Are you committed for it?
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the response. Now, first thing, whenever you have any queries or doubts, we have the mic option in our window. So you can unmute your mic and you can speak about the query, and definitely I'll help you out with the right solution. If you believe a lot of noise around, do not use the mic option. I would always suggest you go for the chat box and write your query over there. And this chat box will be open throughout the training program. I'll be reading out your queries and I'll help you out with the right solution. If you still believe the audio exchange and the text exchange is still not enough, Prabhas, I want your presence on my screen. Yes, we do have a screen sharing option. So whenever you are sharing your screen, please mind you are sharing your entire screen, not a specific window. I repeat, do not share a specific window on your screen sharing option. Always go for entire screen, because if you go for a specific windows to share with, the dialog box launchers will be missing from the screen, and I have not been in a state to help you out properly. So this is the reason why. Please mind whenever you are sharing the screen. And yes, just for the information, we'll be taking a short break depending upon the flow of the content between somewhere around 4 to 4:30. Okay, so please plan your actions, task, anything in those during window time only to complete it and give your entire focus in the training. Stop attending any emails using WhatsApp text messages and all. Give your 100% focus on the training. And I can give you an assurance, post training, you'll be empowered with the techniques, tips, and tricks which will be helping you how to save our turnaround time, how to increase your productivity and efficiency while working in Excel, how to avoid the duplication of work, and how to reduce the human errors. So this will be our four pillars or four aspects of four arena where our entire training program will be focused or biased at. All right. Now coming back to our files. Training is of 16 hours, but why so many files I have shared with you? I'll give you guidance of that. So here, if I give you the training, of course, in today's world, a lot of YouTube channels are also there. You can also learn on your own pace, or you can do the self-learning also. Then what is the point? Why you are here? Why you have nominated for the training program? There must be some reason. Like in YouTube channel, nobody is there to help you to answer your query. If you come across any kind of doubt queries, nobody is there to support. But here you'll be getting that. With that hope you have joined. Similarly, if you find any trouble, what is the solution for that? In YouTube channel, nobody will be helping out because there is nobody at the other end. It is just a pre-recorded class. But here you will be getting the solutions. So this is the reason why you have joined. And that is what to fulfill. I am also extending my support over here. I am not only going to teach you the Excel features, formula, functions, tools, and all over here. Along with that, I'm going to give you some handy solutions for your Excel problems. Now you can ask me, Prabhas, what kind of problems you mean to? Ideally, while working with Excel people, the primary problem is about handling the file size or dealing with the file space. Most of the time, you would have noticed whenever you are having an Excel file reaching to 50,000 or 1 lakh records, the file slows down. It takes a lot of time to open the file, and sometimes the file gets corrupted, files get damaged, and when you try to open, it doesn't show the data properly. It shows some kind of scrambled or alien kind of languages. Most of the time, you would have noticed. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Right with me?
Yeah.
So in those cases, how to handle, how to reduce my file space so that I can work independently and quite comfortable way I can make my journey. Simple. No need to wait for any support. I have shared one file over here called 8 ways to reduce your Excel file size. Just watch my screen. What is this file about? So technically there are 8 different ways we have prescribed with very beautiful fashion with the layman language. It's not some extraordinary languages there. Along with the screenshot and the stepwise instructions, like if you have such cases, then how to deal with. So I'll take you through one sample case. Just see on my screen. I have an Excel file of 14.6 MB space. It's a huge data if you look at. without deleting a single content out of it, without removing any rows or columns, items of data. I could reduce my file size by opting on method, and the file size has been reduced by 28%, which is a great achievement. So likewise, there are 8 different ways I have prescribed. On your idle time, just go through this entire document, read the document carefully. Though you don't remember the steps, no worries. Now you have a solutions for your problems. So this is the reason why being a leader, being a manager, being a supervisor, or being a teammate, you could have been a helping hand for your other teammates who is neighbor to you or who is sitting next to you. So this file you can use it as an inventory or keep it for your helping hand purpose. Or if you need, you can share it with other needy people, not a problem. Now, one more file I have shared with you, naming called keyboard shortcuts. So this is an Excel file. When you open, you will be finding a cover page, and if you click that, it will go to the MS Excel worksheet tab or sheet name. So here you'll be finding the entire list of keyboard shortcuts of Excel, what you are looking for, and how this is going to help you, along with the instructions. Everything is over here. So it's not only about Microsoft Excel, but also Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook, the applications what we use the most in our routine activities. The entire list is over here. Now, why I'm sharing all these things? Because in today's world, time is money. So if you're really interested to save your turnaround time, then you must train yourself with the keyboard shortcuts, because the more the mouse usage you do, the more the time you are going to consume. Hence, this is mandatory. But overnight, nothing is possible. You cannot by heart all those keyboard shortcuts at once and you can very well make a difference at your workplace on the next day. That's not possible. You need to give some time. So basically, what you can do, this file you can keep it on your desktop and make a point that at least minimum two keyboard shortcuts you are learning and you are implementing at your workplace. And trust me, when you develop this habit within 30 days, not in a decade or something, within 30 days, you can see a significant growth at your workplace, how much time you're able to see. And trust me, I can bet you minimum of 1 to 2 hours premium time you could save because of the keyboard shortcuts. But yes, you need to give time. So practice is very, very essential. So this file also you can utilize for practicing purpose. This is a helping hand I have given again. Now one more file you could notice naming called Learn Excel Free. So here if I open the notepad, you could find 10 website names I have prescribed. Now why I'm sharing all this to you? Reason, as I told you, Excel is not a subject that can be confined or it can be completed within 1 day or 2 day or 3 days or kind of a 1 week course. It's a vast, it's a ocean. So we have a limited window time of 16 hours. Fine. We'll learn whatever I discussed. I told you, you have learned everything. Then what's next? Where to go? So instead of going to someone's YouTube channel, later getting frustrated, not getting anything, what I suggest is go to all these websites. It will be giving you some kind of handy content, some ready-made case studies, and the best part is they are having their forums over there where you can keep asking your questions and the experts they will be giving the answer to you over there. So this is the reason why I have shared all this. And one more beauty is this website authors, whoever they are there, they keep upgrading the content whenever Microsoft comes up with a new update. That's the best part. So whenever time permits, go to all these websites and learn your Excel even bit better, more if you wish. Now, one more file I have shared with you, naming called Office Repair. So when you open that Office Repair file, you would be finding there are two links I have shared with you. Now, what is the purpose of these links? The training is of Excel. You are sharing all this. I'll tell you the reason. As I told you, I'll be also giving some helping hand for your problems. At times, what it happens when you open any Excel file, it shows it is corrupted or damaged and the file is not working. Then your job becomes tedious post that you are unable to work with your data since the data is not in a driven state. So how to bring my data back? How to retrieve my data? So instead of depending upon your IT department and wasting your premium time and later getting frustrated, what I suggest is whenever you find any file is corrupted, You have to take one of the link just like that, copy it. Now go to your Microsoft browser, whichever it is there, then paste this code over there. Now this link will be diverting you to a particular tool naming over here called Stellar. And the tool you have to just download. And once it is downloaded and installed, you have to connect that Excel file on that particular application. And trust me, just click the repair button. It will take its own time. 95% data it can be recovered because of that tool. Now you can ask me a question from us why you have reserved some 5% data loss over there. Yes, there will be a data loss. Now what kind of data there will be a loss? Like when you design any kind of diagrams over there in Excel and you try to just figure it out to find the data back, then these two cases, those diagrams will not be retrieved. But if you have some data, tabular format, formula, functions, charts, graphs as it is, you can bring it on. So this is the reason why I have shared over here these kind of tools. You can also make use of that. And if your organization doesn't allow any kind of third-party softwares to install with, don't take the risk. Take the help of IT, let them do the job for you. See, at the end of the day, it's the organization's data. It's not yours. So though IT department do the job for you or you do it by yourself, reasons makes the same, right? So these are the reasons why people I have shared all these external files which will be helping you whenever there is a need. The rest of the files is nothing but we have understood the pain points of the corporates when we are working with the spreadsheet data. So we have designed some problem statements. So I'll take you through those problem statements and then understanding the problem, what would be the best options for that, we are going to discuss and work together. Okay. So now, what about the file details? I gave you some understanding. Now let's go for the file name called case studies. Please open that. So file name is case studies, sheet name is data presentation. Kindly confirm all of you have got the same page open in front of your screen.
Yep.
All right. Now, some basic understanding about our Excel interface. So while working in Excel, being an Excel user, we should speak the Excel language. So let me just give you some awareness. If you're aware of, well and good, otherwise just watch my screen. I'm highlighting something on my screen. All of you are able to see? What do you call
Yes.
this? Whatever you're understanding, though it is wrong, we call it as formula bar. Because in any Excel cell contains the formula, you can look at a formula bar, then only you can know that there is a formula, correct? So this white color bar is called formula bar. Similarly, if you look at over here, a small box is there. This is called cell address box or cell name box. What is the purpose? Whenever you open any Excel file, if you want to know where is your cursor location or where is your cursor placed, then you can look at this particular box and this is called name box or cell address box. And here, if you look at, if I keep my cursor, this will be showing the address. What it is showing? K7. So K means K is the column and 7 is the row. This is how you have to read your data. So in any cell, first the column comes followed by the row. Similarly, if you look at over here, we have got many more tabs. This is called worksheets or sheet tabs. So whenever you open any Excel file, if you see many more sheet tabs or worksheets are visible, but your desired sheet is not there on the screen, but you are very sure it is there in the file. Now, if you want to navigate to that sheets, what we do? We keep scrolling and we go towards right side by clicking on this less than or greater than symbols and all. That is really painful. So I'll tell you a very beautiful technique. Whenever you happen to notice or you happen to see whatever the Excel sheets available in your Excel file, just go to that less than or greater than symbol in the left side of the panel and go for right click upon the same. So this will be giving you the entire list of the keyboard shortcuts. I'm sorry, keyboard shortcut I'm talking about. I'm sorry, it is of worksheet tabs. So whenever you happen to know whatever the Excel sheets available, this is the place where you have to do the right click. Just check it out. Is it working? This is the place, right click. And it will be easy for you to navigate from one Excel sheet to other. Working?
Yes.
Give me a moment. I'm putting my charger on. All right. Now, similarly, if you look at over here in the top, we have got all the options in place. This is called ribbon bar of Microsoft Excel. Ideal people call it as toolbar, but toolbar era is over in 2003 versions of Microsoft Excel. So 2007 and above, we have ribbon menu options. So everything is appearing in one ribbon. That's what is called as a ribbon menu options. And along with that, I'll take you through something. If you look at our Excel file in the extreme top, can you see a small toolbar is also there, like where you see undo, save, all these options are on. So this is called a quick access toolbar. In short, we call it as a QAT. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of this QAT? Whichever the options you are frequently using, you can connecting those options over here. You can placing that options in this particular toolbar. But how to explore? See, there's a small button over here. So when you click it, it will take you through many more options. Now, if you do not find those options, what you're looking for, you can go for more commands also, options are available. So this is how this quick access toolbar will be helping you to place many more icons or options in this particular small toolbar. Okay. So this is about our interface. Okay. Now, one more thing I'll tell you, whenever you are working in Excel, in any Excel sheet, if you want to know how many rows are there, keep your cursor in one of the blank row and go towards down. Control down arrow key. You will be finding the last row number, what it is, 10 lakhs 48,576. Check it out. Control down arrow key in any Excel file. You keep your cursor and go for it. Do you see the number?
Yeah.
Right. So how many rows a Excel sheet can contain is 10 lakhs 48,576. Similarly, if you want to know how many columns one Excel sheet has, just go for Control right arrow key. You will be reaching to the last column. Now, what is the column it is showing? Except D. So this is a text. Except D is an alphabet, right? But we are looking for the numbers. So any point of time, if you want to know how many columns we have or which column you are working with, keep that cursor in the same column and go for a simple formula equal to column, open bracket and close bracket, equal to column, open parenthesis or close parenthesis. That also you can operate. And the moment you hit enter, you will be finding the last column number. What is that it is showing? 16,384. Check it out. Did you receive the same?
Yes.
How about others? Is it working? Okay. Now, being a Excel user, now come back, being a Excel user, one thing you must know people that which version of Microsoft Excel is installed in our system. That is very, very essential to know. But how to explore that? Take a look. If you open any Excel file, the first menu options you get called file. So go to the file menu. Then in the file menu, when you explore in the left side panel, you have an option called account. If it is not available, then it might be integrated with your more button. So check. Did you receive one option called account? And when you click this option called account, in the right side, you will be finding your version name. So I am working in 365. What's yours? Kindly check and drop me a message in the chat box. 365, 2019, 2021, 2024, or 2016. Okay, Harshada is having 365. I'll tell you the reason why I'm asking, but let me know that first.
Prabhas,
Yep,
yeah, Bhushan this side.
yeah.
There's a small issue with my laptop. Like there's some issue with the product key, which I'm working with that laptop guy. So due to that, whichever Excel file I'm trying to open, it is just opening on the reading mode, read only mode. So what I'll do, like since the session is getting recorded, once this issue is resolved, I'll just try and do it after this session,
No problem.
just to keep you updated. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not a problem. All right. So Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2013. Okay. So Chittaranjan is having 2013. Fine. Yeah, Office Home Student 2021. Okay. So we have got total three different versions. Well, so now you must be having a curiosity to know how it is going to give an impact if I do not know the version of my Excel. So I'll tell you a very simple way. If you are getting 365 at your workplace, you are really blessed because 365 is the only version where you have many more beautiful templates ready-made, which you will be taking the help and work upon easily. Second, advanced formulas and functions to make your job easy. This is available in 365, which you never had in any other versions or earlier versions of Microsoft Excel. Third one, some ready-made AI tool which you have, which you never had in any other versions of Microsoft Excel. So this is the reason why I would always prefer or recommend that whenever you are working in Excel, just use 365 if you get a chance, if you're having well and good. All right. Now, those who are having like Chittaranjan 2013 and 2021, some features when I'm explaining something in my screen, if it is not available, don't be panic. This is because of the versions difference. So only thing is you have to upgrade your system to 365. Okay. Now, coming to the data over here, take a look. Suppose say my boss asked me a question, Pravas, get me the entire revenue report. So what I did, whatever the Excel sheets I had designed, region wise, product wise, customer wise, everything I have combined, and this is the final summary I have made it. Now, whatever I am making it over here, or I am designing, or I have made, that is anybody's job. Anybody can do that. It's not a rocket science or something extraordinary did it, right? But the moment I am trying to present it, that's not enough. Because in today's world, data is everything. It's a kind of oxygen to the industry, but mere having the data is not going to make any sense. So you have to do a lot of exercise in the data. So whenever you want to do some exercise, what is the meaning by exercise? Like doing the data analysis, doing the data like data slicing, or doing some data arrangements, or we're going for data mining, data churning, But sometimes we need to present our data with a beautiful storytelling format. So all these kind of exercises are very much essential in today's world. Do you agree with me?
Yeah,
So where to start and
Yes.
how to make it informative, we are going to discuss that. So any point of time, whenever you are working with your data, if you look at your data, data doesn't have the total. So first we'll start from the scratch, how to make a total. So keep your cursor in the total cell and go for Alt equal to. So when you press together Alt with equal to sign, you will be getting a immediate sum function over here. And the moment you hit enter, this is going to give you a total of 33,715. Check.
right.
Right. So Alt equal to a quick sum. It is giving us immediately. We got that understanding. Now, coming back to the next. Though I have designed my data, but this revenue USD, billions, millions, lakhs, crores, maybe, my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But the data, when it goes to the management level, they are not worried about billions, millions. They want to see the data, but they want to see revenue in terms of percentage. So let's go for our next level to make our data more informative over here and make it over here as revenue percentage. So this is how we have added one more column called revenue percentage. Now, once our column is ready, just watch my screen first. What I'm doing closely, observe this. I'll be also giving 1 minute time to try on your screen. Don't worry. So first watch my screen. What would be the formula? Like any formula, we always start with equal to sign. We know that, and that is called assigning operator. Taking the data from the left, yes, divided by with whom? With the total revenue. Basic mathematics, nothing much to say on this. I believe that's clear.
Yeah, that's clear.
Yes.
Now, 1 minute again, watch my screen. Though I have made it, but when I copy this formula towards down tomorrow, only my revenue cell one by one cell it should move down. Total revenue cells should not move down. So what we can do, we can lock this moment. So B17 should not go to B18 or B17 should not go to C17. So how to make it? By using F4 or function F4. So F4, that is the top line, you see the function key F1, F2, F3, F4. So you have to use F4. If it is not working, then go with function with F4, fn key with F4. And then the moment I go and hit enter, this turns the answer into decimals. But we are expecting the answer in terms of percentage. So now, how to convert any format to percentage format? Watch my screen. If you look at our numerical keypad number 5, is it containing our percentage symbol? Can you see? Yes. So we have to use the combination Control, Shift, and 5. I repeat, Control, Shift, and 5. So this will be helping you to convert any format to percentage format. We got it? Answer is ready only with one cell. Need to apply for the others. Double click on that drag button, the fill button, double click. And my entire data is ready for entire 12 months. But we need the total. So total, I told you the keyboard shortcut. What was that? Alt equal to. And immediately you will be finding over here revenue percentage column. Check it out. Are you getting the same? Hope all are getting the same, or anybody still getting some problem, or not getting the answer, or need my support. Do let me know. If it is working, kindly confirm. All right. Now, though we have got revenue percentage as a add-on or informative over here to make some value additions to our data, what else we can do? Take a look. We can compare our data Jan to Feb. How is the business going? If you look at Jan to Feb, the business, is it in the increasing trend or decreasing trend? What do you believe? Jan to Feb.
Decreasing.
So this is called comparison of the data, and that is called month and month comparison. But technically, when you reach the corporate reports, we should use the proper corporate jargons, and the name should be growth. So first, watch my screen. So to add a new column called growth, what would be the formula? First, watch my screen. Since we are following the calendar year, that is Jan to December, our first month is January. Is there anything before Jan we have to compare with? No. So ideally, growth has to be zero for Jan. Growth has to be zero. But we don't need to go and type zero or nil, something like that. We can leave as it is. That is a self-imprinted message over here that this is our null data. Now, when I go to Feb, I got something to compare with equal to Feb month revenue minus Jan month revenue. The moment I go for this, can you notice what is happening? There is a decrease in the volume of the data by maximum 178 units over here. Now formula is ready, only with one cell need to apply for rest. Double click on the fill handle. So this is how we got one more column ready, naming called growth. Just check it out on your screen, confirm it's working. Yes, Harshada, able to follow?
I'm really sorry. I skipped the last part. I don't know. I was not able to hear anything. The growth
Okay.
column. Sorry
So
about
growth is to just to compare the data month and month, like Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April. How is the business? Is it in the upward trend or it's in the downward trend? So to get that, this is the formula we are applying. Since Jan is the first month, we have nothing before Jan to compare. So we
that.
have to go for growth as nil or zero. But we don't need to write that. That is a self-implied message for the people. Now, but when I go to Feb, answer should be the formula should be equal to Feb month minus Jan month revenue.
Yep.
And the same you can apply for others. Double click on the fill handle.
Mhm. Got it.
Right. Now growth in terms of billions, millions, lakhs, and crores, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But the same data, when it goes to the management level, they are expecting growth, but that should be in terms of percentage. So let's go and create another column naming called growth percentage. Okay. Now, what would be the formula for growth percentage calculation? First, watch my screen. As we discussed, growth for Jan is nil. Growth percentage also will be nil. No other options. But the moment I go to Feb, what should be the answer? First, watch my screen. I'll go for equal to Feb month, whatever the growth I have identified, irrespective of positive or negative. should be divided by the base month. So for Feb, which is the base? Base is January. Okay. Now, the moment I go and hit enter, do you see the answer turns of decimals? Yes. But we are expecting the data in terms of percentage. And I told you to convert any format to percentage. Control, Shift, and 5. So I'll go for Control, Shift, and 5. Did I receive my data in terms of percentage? Yes. But only one. But we need to apply the same for the others. So double click on the drag button or fill handle button. So this is how we got one more column ready, naming called growth percentage. Now imagine we had only two columns of data, but this much of task was pending. Right? Confirm growth percentage is working for all. Any difficulties in understanding? Do let me know. Because these are the essential calculations in our routine activities, irrespective of any department wherever you are working with.
Yeah.
Children, able to follow?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, what's next? Take a look. Suppose say I am following the calendar year and I have completed the business for the month of January. Okay, I have completed. Somebody asked me, Pravas, how much amount you have made, how much business you have made in the month of January. So what will be my answer? I will say 3963 US dollar, isn't it? In the month of January. Now, same thing I need to reply as once I complete my Feb month. So once I complete the Feb business, I need to answer the same question. So what will my answer? Whatever my Jan month revenue, I will add it on Feb month and I will speak about it. Similarly, when I complete March, Jan plus Feb plus March. When I complete April, Jan plus Feb plus March plus April. What do you call this? Yeah, anybody?
Quarter?
No. We call it as cumulative or accumulation of the data, or in Excel language, we call it as a running total. What is that? Running total. So let's speak in the Excel language only. Now, how to get that running total, we are going to deal with it. But when it comes to the proper corporate reports, if you're looking at, then the name has to be called YTD, year to till date. So starting from the year beginning, at any point of time, you want to showcase your data or you want to just read your data, then you have to focus with the YTD column. So how should be or what should be the formula? Take a look. Since Jan is the first month, whatever my Jan month revenue is going to be the revenue for the or for the YTD column, isn't it? So how to do that? Just typing equal to taking the data from Jan month revenue. So the value will remain the same. But when I go to Feb, what should be the formula? Equal to whatever the data we have brought in January, that is Jan month YTD, plus current revenue, Feb month current revenue. The moment I go and hit enter, is it going to give me the cumulative value? Let's go and check it out. Suppose say I select this over here, Jan to Feb. Okay. Now, when I look at the summation, is it matching with my this running total, the cumulative value?
Yes.
Now, answer is ready only for a case, but I need to apply for others. Double click on the fill handle. But how will I know that? How will I confirm that I'm in right track? Take a look. The moment I copy this formula towards down and when I reach to the last row item, whatever the value for December month YTD, is it matching with our revenue column total?
Yes.
These are called auditing techniques. and they are called nothing but whenever you are speak something or the numbers, whatever you have to showcase, you must have the backup for this. So this is called our YTD column. Please try this and get this YTD column.
Yeah, done.
Any difficulties anybody not getting, feel free to ask. Now, YTD, in terms of billions, millions, lakhs, crores, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But the same data, when it goes to the management level, they are worried about knowing YTD in terms of percentage. So let's go and create another column naming called YTD percentage. Okay. Now, what would be the formula for YTD percentage calculation? We are going to discuss that. See, it's very simple now. Watch my screen first. I will select my entire YTD percentage column over here, and what I'm going to do, just simply I'll press a keyboard shortcut Control R, fill right, Control R. So in the left side, whatever the formula function is there, automatically it will be going to apply to the right. Now, when I apply this, then what it shows me? It shows me the numbers in terms of decimals. But what I'm expecting is the percentage. So I told you to convert any format to percentage format. Control Shift 5. Am I in the right track? If you want to know, the moment you reach to the month of December, so December month YTD percentage, is it matching with your revenue percentage column total? Right? So kindly confirm all of you are ready with your YTD percentage.
Uh, I'm sorry, what did you press? Control R to copy and
Yes.
paste it?
No, not copy and paste. Control R is to fill right. Like say for example, just watch my screen. I have got some over here, some area. If I want you to populate this entire area with Excel text, so what do you do?
Mm.
Go and type Excel in one cell. We copy that, then we select and we paste Control V, Control C, Control V. This is what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
This is one method.
Mm.
Else, what do? You go and type one cell over here called Excel. Then you take the help of mouse or touchpad, you drag it down.
Mm.
Similarly, you drag it right also again,
Yeah.
right? So instead of that, what we can do is we can go and type Excel in a cell. We can select along with that rest of cells to fill down, Control D. To fill right, Control R.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Done.
right. So this is how imagine we had only two columns of data, but this much of task is pending. And since we are not doing all this, somebody else is doing the job and taking the whole credit of our efforts. So this is the reason why people, what I suggest is whenever, irrespective of any department, wherever you are working with, give the maximum information in your data so that people would be happy watching the same and it will be standing out of the crowd and looking at the same, people will be appreciating your work as well. Okay. So got some basic understanding how to make our data informative as such. right? Now, though we have got our data ready, now we'll be looking at how to dispatch it to the next level. See, whenever you have the data, you cannot dispatch as it is. What you can do, just watch my screen. I'll keep my cursor anywhere in the data, Control A, and always remember whenever you have multiple columns of data in place, you must give a feel of a table by applying the borders. And to apply the borders, you have got the text option going to home, border, and you can go for all borders. This is with the help of mouse or touchpad, you can do that. Else, what I suggest is whenever you are working with, if you want to trigger the same through a keyboard shortcut, how? See, I have selected my data, I'll go for Alt. The moment I go for placing Alt, you can see my entire primary menu options, ribbon cards options is on. Then I need to go to home. So which key is assigned is H. So I'll go and press H. So Alt is the first impression followed by H. No need to press all this just one by one. First Alt, then press H. So you have navigated to the home tab. In home tab for border, which key is assigned is B. So you should go for hitting B from the alphabet keypad. Now we have navigated into the border application. So within that, all borders, what is the key? Is the A. So that becomes your keyboard shortcut over here for all borders. Check it out. Alt, H for home, B for border, A for all borders. The choice is yours. If you do not like the keyboard shortcut, you can always take the help of your keypad, I mean your touchpad mouse. But I would always suggest you, if you're interested in saving your time, then you must train yourself with the keyboard shortcut. Okay. Now, once it is ready, our latest style of our data presentation, it says that whenever you have multiple columns of data in Excel, first column alignment always has to be left and rest of the columns alignment always has to be center. So leaving the first column, when you select the rest of the columns over here, then to make it center, you can also do one thing, going to home, alignment, and you can choose center. Else, you can go for a simple keyboard shortcut, Alt, H for home, alignment purpose, what it's showing, A, C. So we'll go for one by one. A for alignment, C for center. So this is how we have understood how to work around with our keyboard shortcut for alignment purpose, how it is playing a role. We have understood that. All right. Now, once you have made this alignment, then to little bit beautify the same or to make a bit of formatting, ideally we prefer to go for coloring our data by using this kind of fill color and font color from the home tab. Those days have gone. Nowadays, people don't prefer to see this kind of colors because they have seen enough times and they're bored out of that. So, how to give a better feel so that the audience would be happy and it will be pleasant enough to read the data over there. So, what we can do, take a look. Instead of taking this, I'll select my month column. First, watch my screen. I'll go to home. There's an option called cell styles. So in the home tab, when I go for cell styles, in the bottom, you see some themed cell styles, some high definition background color where the high contrast text color is available. So I can choose one. Now, the moment I choose, again, I'll go for the first row item to select, going to home, cell styles, and now whichever you like the most, suppose you like this, you can take it. So I'm not making too much of loud with the colors, but yet it looks so meaningful, beautiful over here. And now Where I have done all this in Excel, and where people are demanding in PowerPoint, Word, or Outlook anywhere, I don't need to struggle that. I can simply keep my cursor over here. I can copy the data after selecting. So once I copied this, then I'll go to my PowerPoint to present it, suppose. So I'll go to PowerPoint now. So when I go for PowerPoint over here, I can simply go for right click and paste as a image. Now this image I can carry and little bit I will reduce the height and width, or I can increase otherwise. And now when I'm going to present it, is it going to give a neat and clean feel, right? That's why always make a practice to make your things better in Excel so that hardly you need to struggle in any other application while you export your data. So this is how we have understood how to make our data informative. Check it out. All these things are working. Any difficulties, any questions from anybody?
No questions.
All right, fine. So how to make our data informative, we are clear. Now we'll proceed with how to make our data presentable. So now we'll be focusing with the presentation part. Now why we need to focus on the presentation part? We are working in Excel. For presentation purpose, we have PowerPoint. Then now why you are focusing on Excel? I'll tell you a very simple way. Whatever the data we prepare or design, it's not meant for us, it's for the audience. So nowadays, the audience is having a different level of expectation. So just to make the people happy, to make your report standing out of the crowd, to make something different, your formattings or presentations always plays a great role. So let's see how to make it better with no time. Same, we have got 12 months revenue data. I'll keep my cursor and I'll go for Control A. So keeping the cursor anywhere in the data, Control A will be helping you to select the entire data set. All right. Now convert your data into table by hitting Control T, T for Tango, T for table. So when I go and hit Control T, T for Tango, you'll be getting a dialog box something like this. Create a table options. Yes. Click OK. So when I click OK, you'll be getting some ready-made filter buttons are embedded and the data looks so meaningful. And some background fill of some colors in the headers. Filter button is also embedded and top and bottom row having this kind of over here. Some high definition grids over there. It has popped in. Just let me see. Right. So I'm taking a pause. Kindly confirm. All of you are able to convert your data into table by hitting Control T or any doubt, any queries, something.
No doubts.
Okay. Fine. Now see the advantage. The moment you convert your data into table, how it is super beneficial for us and how it is going to save our time and how to increase the speed because of the table format. Just watch my screen. See, I have got my revenue data ready. Okay, my boss is asking now from us, okay, this data is look good, no problem. But I want to know to generate this much of revenue, how much incentives we have given. Now, say for example, in our industry or organizations wherever we are working with, we have a global policy that whoever, whatever the salesman they have made the billings or something, whatever the revenue we have got it, we will be giving 2% incentive to our people. I repeat, revenue already is there column. Only thing is we need to compute and boss told that over here please compute 2% as incentive. So how to compute that, first of all? So when I go for typing incentive and hit enter, can you see same formatting is being carried forward to the next column? So this is happening because of our data is formatted into table. Okay. Now coming back to the formula, what should be the formula? So as we discussed, should be over here equal to taking the data from left, that is revenue column, multiply with. And what is that percentage? That is called 2% as incentive on the billing column. The moment I go and hit 2 and percentage, then the moment I go and hit enter, this is not only going to give you the answer for a particular case or cell, but also the entire range of the cells. All right. So can you imagine how quick it is happening? We don't need to go for copy paste the formula, drag the formula, or double click on the fill handle. Nothing is required. So this is happening because we converted our data into table. Check. All these things are working.
Yeah.
Now, revenue column is ready, incentive is ready. Ideally, what should be the next column is our net revenue. So let's go and prepare that column, net revenue. Same formatting again carries forward. Now, what will be the formula for net revenue calculation? Simple basic mathematics. What is that? Equal to revenue column. It automatically takes this kind of formatting like at the rate symbol, square brackets, this comes automatically. Don't go and type all these things. Don't be panic for that. Now, minus incentive. Just basic mathematics again. Revenue minus incentive is our net revenue column. So the moment I hit enter again, can you see with immediate notice, this is applying to the entire column of net revenue column. So this is all happening because of our table format. So all of you able to feel the advantage of our table format?
Yes.
Any doubt? Any queries as such? Anybody?
No.
How about others?
No.
Okay. Now kindly take a look. Though we have got all these calculations ready, people, okay, but ideally if you look at our data is still incomplete. We do not have the total. So total is still missing. Ideally, we create the total manually, right? But here it is not needed. See the beauty. The moment you have the table option over here, if you keep your cursor in the table, can you see on your extreme right, we have got a table design. One option is activated. This is called contextual tab. This comes only if you have got your data in table format and your cursor is there in the side the table. Then only this option will be activated. And that's why it is called as a contextual tab. Now, when I go to this table design, do you see an option called total row? Checkbox is not selected. So you got to go and just select this checkbox, and immediately you will be finding one row will be added in the bottom page of your data, naming called total. And this total also, if you look at what it is doing, this total it is just having only net revenue column total. Now, what if I want my total for the revenue column? So what we can do is when I keep my cursor in the total cell of revenue column, can you see one drop down list is coming up? So when you click that drop down, it will show you the list of formulas. Now, ideally to make a total, which formula helps us? We know that very well. Is the sum function. So when I go and select sum, and immediately the moment when I go for it, you can notice this is going to give me the total. See how things have become so easy. Everything is there. Only thing is we need to customize according to the need. So that's what the beauty of your table format. Kindly check it out. All of you are getting the same. Any difficulties?
All good.
Okay. So going forward, when you learn the next level of Excel, your Excel demands the data should be formed with table format. When you go for any kind of ETL tools like Power BI, Tableau, if you are working with the big data, or when you download the data from SAP or ERP or SAP for Success Factor, you will be finding always your data comes in a ready-made table format. Now, once we have done with this, as I told you, the next step, when you have multiple columns in place, first thing first, keeping the cursor in one of the column header, I'll go for Control A. I told you always give a feel of borders over here by using a keyboard shortcut Alt H B A. H for home, B for border, A for all borders. Then first column alignment always to be left. Rest of the columns alignment always has to be center. And what is the key for making it center? Alt H A C. Alt H A C to make it center. Then one more thing, the problem you can notice, though I did all this, but my data is still not visible properly. Revenue USD D is missing. Incentive, if you look at, E is missing. Net revenue data is partially visible. Can you see that? I'm highlighting on the screen.
Yes.
Mostly you would have noticed also when you copy some data from one Excel file and paste it in another, what happens? It shows some kind of hash kind of symbols. And what we do, we take our mouse pointer to the column headers and we keep expanding upon the same. Do you agree with me?
Yes, Prabhas.
So instead of presenting the data in that format, what we do, we keep our mouse pointer, we take it to the column headers, double click, or we keep expanding. That's really painful. Don't do that. I'll tell you very simple option. See, when I copy paste my data or I selected my data, then go for Alt H for home. There's an option called format. Which key is assigned for format is O. So when I go to the format option inside, there's an option called autofill of column width. So I'll go for over here A. So Alt H O I. Sorry. Yeah. H for home, O for format, I for autofit. Check it out. So the same thing you can do it manually also going to home, format, autofit of column width. Up to you. So which one is feeling that it is easy for you? Yes, people. So what's your belief? Keyboard shortcuts is easy or mouse option is easy?
Keyboard.
Right. See, I'll tell you one thing that first, first 1 or 2 days, you will be not having a comfort zone to work with, but trust me, this is going to help you a lot because formatting is something you will be doing 100 times in a day. So better you train yourself with the keyboard shortcut itself now so that you can save at least minimum 100 seconds for those operations in your daytime. Anyway, now coming back to our data, numbers, just select the numbers. Ideally, in Excel, when you are presenting your data, it should be in proper format. Like date should be in date format, time should be in time format, percentage should be in percentage format. Likewise, numbers should be in number format. So, number format, what it is that exactly? Uniformly, there would be only Over here, decimals. Post decimal, maximum two characters. And before decimal, there should be a comma separator, thousand or million or billion separator must be there. But how to do that all at once? What we can do, take a look. Any point of time to convert any format to number. So you can notice over here in our keypad, there is one numerical one button contains one exclamatory mark. So you have to take this along with Control and Shift. So Control Shift 1, I repeat, Control Shift 1 to convert any format to our number format. Just check it out. So did you receive
Yep.
exactly what we discussed? Decimals uniformly, post decimal two characters, and before decimal, comma separators. We got it. But sometimes what it happens when you get decimals, post decimal, this kind of characters, you don't like it. You always wish to present in whole numbers. So to remove the decimals, again, you can go for simple keyboard shortcut, Alt H9 for decrease decimal. Again to repeat, Alt H9. Ideal the option what you will go for it. The same thing you can do it with your quick keyboard shortcut, Alt H9. Hope it is working.
Yes, it is.
So how to make our data informative, how to make our data presentable. We got that things clear in our first operation or the sheet or the exercise. So any doubt, any queries from the data presentation side? Any queries?
No.
Right. How about this?
No progress.
Right. So now we are going to discuss the next sheet is called date calculation. So go to that sheet, please. Now here, what we need to do, let me give you the background story and then we start working with this. Okay? Now please stay focused. Suppose say uh, I got a mail from my management stating that Shabazz, these are the people who are working in your department and we are sending the date of joining of those people. Please find out or please compute their experience from the date of joining till today in terms of years, months, and days and complete that report and revert. I repeat, these are the people working with me. Their date of joining has been shared with me. I need to compute their experience as on today, and I need to complete this table and send it across to the management. This is what the ask. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So, what is the first thing it comes to your mind? What is the first question it comes to your mind when this kind of things asked to you? Anybody? Whatever it is, not a problem. You can speak up. No questions? Chitrajan, Bhushan,
No questions.
Arshada?
No.
Okay. If I were in your place, the first question it will come to my mind, whose work is this? Yes, don't you think so? This is not my arena. This is job of HR department. I am from finance, I am from production, I am from planning department. Then why it has been asked to me? Don't you think this kind of questions should come to your mind? Right. But we can't ask the same in the reply to the management, stating that, okay, you have never asked me in the induction process that sometimes I need to do HR job, sometimes I need to do planning job, or sometimes I need to do sales work also. But this is the ask. So here, without asking any questions further, we need to answer this and we have to reply in the same email with a report, no doubt about it. So now my question is, when a dedicated team is sitting and doing this job, why management is asking me to do the job again? This is a kind of duplication of work, if I see. Do you agree with me? Yes, people? What do you echo with me what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct.
Right. Then why management is giving the additional burden to me? Simple. Whatever the HR people do, they have a master data, they are doing the calculation, but management wants to ensure or they want to just double check over here. So inviting this kind of reports to each and every individual department-wise records. Once they receive, they will consolidate, and that consolidated report will be compared with the master data what HR department has designed, and they will be having a full-fledged concrete report or database over there. Well, purpose of this work we have understood, but who has to do? Of course, we have to do that work. So one thing for sure, when there is a date-related calculations, people, if it is there, we have to be pinpoint accurate even for a single day. We cannot say that, okay, plus or minus 1 day is okay. No, such kind of plus or minus makes a huge difference. Then how to get this done? Here again, our experts, they will suggest you different answers. But trust me, when you ask bit of emphasizing upon that, they will say, uh, I'm not sure whether it is going to give you the right result. You have to randomly check that. They will surrender like this. So what's the point? I am depending upon those experts, but those experts, they themselves are not sure about their formula or function based calculations. So this is the place where people how to deal with we are going to discuss that. I'll tell you a simple way to deal with or to handle this kind of situation. There is only one way out, that is called by using a hidden formula of our Microsoft Excel. Now what is that hidden formula? Take a look. Date diff. The formula name is date diff. This formula is hidden since 1983 till 2024 version of Microsoft Excel. This formula is hidden because of certain logical drawback. But this formula is again, if you look at any other spreadsheet like our Google Sheet or OpenOffice, LibreOffice or Kingsoft Office, you will be finding this is there in the front end. But in Microsoft, this formula doesn't show any kind of formula help. So take a look to confirm that. Whenever you write any formula in Microsoft Excel, you must have noticed it gives some kind of helping hand or kind of instruction. And if you go for further, then it shows also that how to write this formula. Yes or no? Excel always gives a helping hand like this.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas if I go for Dave, do you see any kind of helping hand from Microsoft? No way, because this formula is a hidden one. But trust me, there is a formula over here in Microsoft Excel. Since the formula instructions are not visible, we have to work together. So let's start working with that. So keep your cursor in the first yellow colored cells below to the year and type the formula name is called date diff. Make sure you're typing your spelling properly and formulas are not case sensitive in Excel. You can write in caps on or you can write in drops caps. It's up to you. Now, date diff. How to start with? Any date formula always start with a start date. So in our case, start date is nothing but date of joining. So first input, is it clear? Date diff formula, first argument, start date. Is it clear?
Yep.
Comma. Then when we are computing the difference, date diff means date difference. So start input is there. Then what would be the next input? The end one, isn't it? So starting from the date of joining till today is the end date. So to bring today's date, we have a ready-made formula in Microsoft Excel naming called today. So today open bracket and close bracket. What it does, it brings my today's date from my system. So this is the default formula of Microsoft Excel called today. So today open bracket close bracket, what it does, it just checks the date of my system and the same date it will be applied over there. So what you have understood that to define our end date, we don't need to go and separately maintain a column for that defining today's date. We can directly bring the formula called today. And this today formula, what is going to happen? This keeps your formula dynamic. Dynamic in the sense, whenever you open the system, whenever you open the file, that system date will get automatically update over here. So you don't need to go and change the formula every time. Just one time formula set it up in such a way, whenever you open the file, it will get updated. Now, comma. Third input, which column you are trying to compute the difference? We are trying to compute the difference in year. So to define our year column, what we can do for the timing, take a blank cell above to the year text. Take a blank cell. And now, bracket close, formula is ready. The moment you hit enter, it will be giving or throwing some error. Hash num. Why? Because out of three inputs, only two inputs have the value so far. Third one is still defined to a blank cell. Now do one thing. Go to that blank cell, keep your cursor there. Let's discuss something. Ideally, while working with Excel, what is the date format we follow? Anybody? Quickly. While working in Excel, what is the date format we follow? DD, YY, or YY? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So, both are recognized as a proper date format, not a problem. But the moment you are looking for the same, looking for the same, D plays a role of day, M stands for month, and Y is nothing but the expansion for year. So to represent our year, what is that we can do? Just to go and type Y over there in that blank cell. The moment you go for Y over there and hit enter, do you see? You got an answer over here. So formula is ready and it is giving the answer for me. Now, if I want to keep this formula under display for my reference, or if I'm designing any kind of template, most of the time it happens we need to keep our formula under display mode. So how to keep any formula in display mode in Excel? Now see the beauty. If you go and keep your cursor in a blank cell, there you type a formula called formula text, naming called formula text. What it demands me? Reference. So reference is nothing but the cell which contains your formula. And the moment you hit enter, can you see? This keeps your formula under display mode. Looks cool. So this will be very, very helpful whenever you design any kind of template or any kind of reference sheet for others, or when you design any formula functions you want to keep under display. So you can make use of that. Hope all of you are getting that. Though date diff is a hidden formula, how to write it? What is the role of today formula to generate today's date? What is the role of Y to represent our year operator over there? So kindly confirm. So far clear? Any difficulties or any questions? Anybody is not getting the answer? Fine. Now let us do a practice upon the same. Since the formula instructions are not visible, let us go and find the result for month, type M, for day, type D, and do not copy paste the formula. Do not drag the formula. Just write the formula one more time. So equal to date diff, start date. date of joining, comma, today's date, today formula, comma, your Excel operator that is M. Similarly, day, I'll go for equal to date day, start date, date of joining, comma, today's formula as to treat as a end date, and then Excel operator reference. So your formula should look like this. Kindly confirm.
Yes.
What others?
Yes.
All right. Now, so we got the answer. Let us discuss about the answer what you have received. Take a look. Though date formula we are clear with it, but can we express someone's experience in this format like 16 years, 203 months, and 6191 days? Is it the right answer? Right way to express? No. Then what are these then? These are nothing but we call it as a individual component wise differences like year wise 16, month wise 203, and day wise 6191 days. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
But our requirement is we should define our experience in such a way when I go and combine year, month, and days together, it should give me the entire difference. Or the other way, if you discuss over here, or you still believe that Prabhas, how can I rely upon with this formula? Because this is a hidden one. You are saying, I agreed. It is giving some sort of answer. It's okay. But how to trust on this formula? Take a look. If I go for equal to today minus if I go for date of joining, did I receive the same answer? Check. So whatever I received as a day, is it giving that much of days also? So now you can trust upon this formula, though it is a hidden one, but it is giving some sort of answer, right?
Yeah.
But that is not in a express format. Or how to express it properly, let's go and discuss it. So other way if you discuss in the month column, how many months is there? No need to do anything, just watch my screen. 203 months. We know one thing, a simple logic. Whenever the month reaches to 12, it becomes 1 year. Now, if I ask you how many complete years are there in 203 months, what is that you do? You go for a simple basic mathematics like equal to taking 203 divided by 12. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Now, what I am getting over here? 16 decimal 9166 and all. So, what is the meaning by 16? This is nothing but my number of years. Already taken. In the year column, already taken. Then how can we define the same again in the month column? Definitely not. So what we are expressing is not right. So what we should express in the month column? Only the months, not the complete years. To make it happen, instead of M, I'll go for just changing to YM. So YM stands for year to month, the incomplete months in a complete year, and this is already predefined by Microsoft. Now can you notice the complete years have been removed to year column and incomplete month in a complete year that alone is pending in the month column. Similarly, if I go for day, instead of D, we'll go for MD, month to date, the incomplete days in a complete month. And now when I go and express, can you see my experience of that employee? 16 years, 11 months, 12 days. Is it giving a proper expression now?
Yes.
So now, answer is ready only for one employee. So we'll select the entire thing. What will be happening when I open the file tomorrow? Anybody? This employee's experience, whatever the status it is showing today, if I go and open the file tomorrow, what will be the answer?
Days will change. It will become 13 days.
Simple. How it will become 13? Because of today formula. Because today formula always keeps changing depending upon your system date. It keeps changing. That's why it is called dynamic formula. Now, answer is ready only with one cell, but we need to apply for others. So we can simply select and go for double click on the fill handle and our problem starts. Except the first one, rest of the cases it is throwing error. Why? Take a look. When I keep my cursor in the first error, you can notice this is showing me over there. When I copy this formula towards down, along with my date of joining movement, can you see that Y cell is also moving down? That border is maroon color border is moving. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this movement is creating a trouble for me. So though I have got over here in the first cell or the last cell, my Excel operator should remain constant. It should not move down. So how to rectify this? First watch my screen. See how to rectify your formula. That's also art you have to know. Here always people commits a mistake. They believe that first cell answer is correct. So we need to rectify or change or do some corrections in the second and subsequent cases. That's not true. So once your data is ready, first cell, keep the cursor over there. Now select the rest. Selected. Now open the formula by hitting F2 or function F2 to edit the formula. Don't go for double click because the moment you go for double click, the formula cursors may be in some in the middle or in the beginning could be the case. But when you go for a keyboard shortcut, function F2 to just over here, open the formula or edit the formula. Now, which cell movement is creating a trouble? Is D5 is creating a trouble. So D5, I kept my cursor. This cell should not move down. What I'm supposed to do over here is I should lock it. And how to lock it? By using F4 or function F4. Formula is ready. Applying $2 symbol. One before column, making column lock. One before row, making row lock. So ultimately, the entire cell is locked. Okay. Now formula is ready. Now next I'll need to apply. So here, what I'm going to do, I'll use Control Enter, and I got my things ready. Similarly, I'll go for month. I'll select everything. I'll open the formula by hitting function F2 or F2. Then which cell is creating a trouble is my last cell, that is E5. Then Control Enter. Similarly, I'll go for day and which cell is creating a trouble, F5, and I'll go for Control Enter. So your formula should look like this. Just see, check on your screen. Is it clear what we did? Kindly confirm.
Clear, sir.
How did you get all the formulas and all the cells? I
Good
mean,
question. See, whenever you are working in Excel, if you want to keep all the formulas on display, control and above to the tab key, can you see one infinitive symbol is there?
yeah.
Control with infinite, that is called tilde key. Actually, it is called tilde key, Tilde. So control with tilde, when you press together, it will keep all the formulas on the display. Same key, again, control and tilde, keep your hide your formulas at place. It's a toggle key.
Okay.
Kindly confirm all of you. You are clear whatever we did so far.
I'll
All right. So now I would like to take your opinion. See, I'm just doing a postman job. Whatever Microsoft has designed, I'm just passing on that knowledge to you. But being a user, being a operator of formulas and function, the moment you are applying this, knowing about such a hidden formula, are you happy?
Yes.
right? So definitely things which is helping us to make our job easy and the manual task can be automated by simply taking that, definitely we'll be happy. All right. Now I'm asking the question a bit differently. Stay focused. While applying this formula, going to each and every column, editing the formula, locking the cell, three different column, three different times. Are you happy doing the same?
No.
So when you are not happy, do you believe that Microsoft Excel will ever recommend to do your job like this? The tool which is ruling the entire world for 4 decades, do you believe that it will ever suggest you to do the job like this?
No.
Definitely not. So, what you have understood, what I'm up to is just say, whatever we did over here, this is nothing but our Excel experts, they will suggest us to do the job like this, but Microsoft Excel never recommends for that. So, what we are not supposed to do, we'll learn that. Okay. So now we'll see how to make an improvement on this. So whatever that yellow colored areas is there, kindly select and delete. Yeah, go and do it along with me. Kindly select and delete. Now, having the selection with the entire yellow colored cells over here, having the selection with entire yellow colored cells over here, immediately go and type equal to date diff. Don't take your mouse pointer or touchpad anywhere else. Just keep typing the data equal to date diff. Bracket open. First input is the start date. Start date is on my left. So when I choose my data from left, it picked up one cell address C7. In C7, what is the role of C? Anybody? In C7, what is the role of C? Is it a column?
Yeah.
Right. 7. What is the role of 7?
Cell number.
Not cell number, it's a row. C is the column, 7 is the row. So that's called your cell. I told you in the beginning how cell forms. Always for first column comes followed by the row. Do you agree with me? C7?
Yes.
Right. Now, take a look. No need to do anything, just watch my screen and follow my audio. Very, very essential now what I'm going to speak about. See, when I copy this formula towards down, C7 will go to C8, then further down, C9, C10, C11, C12, like that it will go and move one by one cell down. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So when I see that movement is happening, how it is happening? C7, C8, C9, C10, which one sounds common?
C.
C is the column, right? So we have understood our data is moving, but it is moving within a column. So when data is moving and that too moving within a column, instead of locking the entire cell, we will lock only the column. And to lock the column only, we need to bring the dollar symbol before column. And to bring the dollar symbol before column, we'll go for hitting our F4 key 3 times or function F4 3 times. So you'll be getting a dollar symbol only available now before column. So that makes your column constant, column freeze or column lock. Now what is the meaning by column lock or column freeze or column constant? See, when I copy this formula towards right, C7 will never go to D7. I repeat, when I copy this formula towards right, C7 will never go to D7 because our column is locked. And when I copy this formula towards down, C7 will definitely go to C8 because row is free. So this setup was missing. We have given comma. Now what is the next input? End date is called our today's date. So we'll go for today formula. This doesn't need any kind of locking because today formula's default job is wherever you take it and pick this, it will give you today's date over there. So end date, we don't need any kind of locking, comma. Coming to our third input, that is our Excel operator. When I select it, you could notice it has picked up an address called D5. Now D5, role of D is nothing but over here D is the column and 5 is the row. So when I copy this formula towards down, D5 will go to D6, then my problem starts. So D5 should not go to D6, but when I copy this formula right, D5 should go to E5, E5 should go to F5. So D5, E5, F5. Which one sounds common? D5, E5, F5. Which one sounds common? Is the
Five.
row? Or what is 5? 5 is the row. So we have understood our data is moving within the row. So when data is moving within a row, instead of locking the entire cell, we'll be locking only the row number. And to lock the row number only, we bring the dollar symbol before row number. And to bring the dollar symbol before row number, go for our F4 key or function F4 key twice. So you'll be having only $1 symbol before row number. That makes your data completely entirely over there, making it as a row constant, row freeze, or row lock. Now formula is ready. Bracket close. Formula is ready only with one cell. But we need to apply for the entire range. I told you a keyboard shortcut. Control Enter. And one shot, entire things will be ready. So this is how we are supposed to design our formula in Excel. This will be helping you a lot in avoiding your duplication of work. And this formula is going to help you a lot whenever you want to compute your difference between two setup of dates. You are working with multiple projects. If you want to find out the span of the project, whenever you want to do any kind of data aging, this formula is going to help you a lot. Check it out. All these things are working. Any doubt, any queries, do let me know. The concept what we learned is very, very essential whenever you go for dashboard designing, summary report, template designing, you have to design your formula in this fashion. So anybody is not getting or need my support, do let me know.
All good.
Okay, how about this? All right, so we are done with our date calculation sheet, people. Okay, so taking the live data while designing the formulas, you have to keep practicing about this. As I told you, this is going to save a lot of time. So how to write this date dip formula? What is the role of today function in the formula? what is the operator uses, why YMMD, what the role they play, and why we need to go for dollar symbols F4 once, F4 twice, and F4 thrice. What is that they do? We have also understood that. So kindly save all your files. And with this, we'll go for a short break. Okay. So in my system, it is 3:55. We'll take a 15 minutes break. So 4:10 dot again, we will resume our session. So have a cup of coffee or tea, have a rest, come back.
Okay. See you soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe everybody's back. Could you please respond in the chat box or unmute and speak? All right. So before break, we discussed about how to make use of this hidden function or formula of Microsoft Excel called date diff, and what is the syntax of that, what is the usage of this dollar symbols that is called reference uses. We have seen that. So now we are going to discuss about the next sheet naming called goal seek. Okay. So before proceeding further and deep diving with our data, let me take you through some background story of this over here. Ideally, while working in corporate, whichever the department or vertical you are pertaining or department belong to, if you do not take the right decision in the right time, it will cost you heavy. Maybe you end up spending a lot of money or lot of time, or it could be leading to a question about your competency or efficiency, right? Do you agree with me? So in that case, how Excel is going to help us in taking the right decision in the right time to make our job easy, we are going to discuss with a beautiful example. So now we are going to discuss about a data analytical tool of our Microsoft Excel naming called GoalSeek, but with a beautiful example. See, I have taken a salary slip data, so everyone is able to connect with the data. That is the reason why I have taken a salary data. See, we have a basic of 40,000. TA is nothing but 20% of the basic. This is a formula driven cell. HRA is 50% of the basic. That's fine. Medical allowance fixed of 15K, uniform allowance fixed for 12K. 95,000 is nothing but the summation of all these values, and that's your monthly CTC. Now, annual CTC is nothing but monthly CTC multiplied by 12. So this is what the formula over here. So just check it out. Uh, is it clear? The formula, whatever we have applied, are you able to understand?
Yeah.
Right. Now, once it is done over here, let's look at this example. Let me put it in a beautiful scenario format or crispy format. So I'm going to take some names from our group itself. Okay. Now, suppose say, Bhushan, are you there?
Yes, Prabhas.
Okay. If I take your name for the story, is that okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, suppose say our friend Bhushan is leading a team, and all of a sudden there is a huge demand of our product and the volume has been increased. So definitely he is looking for a resource in his team to get this order completed. Assume that. Now definitely he will be approaching to the recruitment division for a resource. He cannot just deploy one of his own, right? So now suppose say our recruitment division is handled by say Harshada. So Harshada, if I take your name for the story, is that okay?
Yep.
Thank you so much. Now, based on the requirement, like what Vision has clearly told to Harshada, saying that, okay, Harshada, get me a candidate in such a way that he or she doesn't make a difference, but should be of minimum 5 years or 6 years or 7 years, whatever the experience. This should be the academical qualification, and this much of knowledge should be there and should be open for any shift, kind of whatever the JDs he has cleared it. Now, based on the requirement, based on the need, Harshada started searching for a suitable or ideal profile. Okay. Now, here, the moment she found out one profile of, suppose, say, our friend Rohan. So, Rohan, if I take your name for the story, is that okay? Yes, Rohan, able to hear me? Okay. I guess he's not able to hear me. Chitranjan, if I take your name for the story, is that okay?
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Now, suppose say Harshada found out Chitranjan's profile from LinkedIn and she presented that profile to Bhushan. Now, being a team leader, being a manager, being a supervisor, whatever it is, Bhushan has to take the final call by taking a final interview of Chitranjan. Now, Bhushan started asking questions. Chitranjan also explained all the questions very beautifully with the right answers. And here Bhushan is quite happy the way Chitranjan answered all the questions. And Bhushan is happy because he got his candidate. But that alone is not enough. To retain that candidate, the discussion has come to now to the phase of our compensation part. So for this job responsibility, Bhushan offered to Chittaranjan saying that Chittaranjan, for this job role, we are offering 11 lakhs 40,000. Now looking at that offer, our friend Chittaranjan is not happy with that. Of course, we know always, like there is a saying in Hindi also, Dil mange more. It's a tagline of one of the advertisement. Anybody remember that? It's a
Yeah.
soft drink, Pepsi, when it was launched. So at that time, it was a tagline of that particular brand. Anyway, we'll not in depth go of that. Fine. Now, looking at the offer, Chittaranjan is not happy, and Bhushan also could make out that Chittaranjan is not happy from his face. So, Bhushan, what he did, he gave a comfort zone by giving a counter offer, saying that Chittaranjan, if you have something, if you have some expectations, please speak up. We can work out some win-win situation, and we'll close this. So when Chittaranjan got a chance, he immediately expressed to Bhushan saying that, Bhushan, instead of 11 lakhs 40,000, if you are going to offer me 14 lakhs, I am ready to join immediately in a day or two. Now, Bhushan has got a problem. What is that? He doesn't want to lose Chittaranjan anymore, but to make him happy, what would be the structure of the salary? This is the first problem. Hope everybody is able to connect with that, what I'm saying.
Yes.
This is the problem number one. Please park this aside. Now we'll discuss the problem number two. Problem number two, internally, our management has given a power, a authority to Bhushan saying that, Bhushan, please find a suitable candidate as soon as possible. Salary is not a bar. You can accept anybody's demand, whatever the demand, but ensure that at any point of time, basic should not exceed 60,000. So here now problem number two in front of Bhushan, he has to ensure that if he is willing to give 14 lakhs to Chittaranjan, then the basic should not exceed 60,000. So that limit also he has to check. So having shared all these things, if he wants to take a decision on that, how long it will be taking for him and what he will do in that context. This is what our objective now. So in this case, ideally, though it is Bhushan or me or anybody else, what we do, we don't take the decision on the table itself. We buy some time by saying to Chittaranjan, saying that Chittaranjan, we are through with the interview, so please be seated in our lobby or reception. We'll let you know in 1 hour time. Why we are buying 1 hour time? 1 hour, half an hour, 2 hours, but why we do that? Why don't we take the decision on the table then and there itself? We have conducted the interview, we have come to the closer stage. Why don't we freeze that then and there? Why we're buying some time? Because we are unable to take the call. We do not have a ready-made answers for it. And buying that time, what we do exactly, we come back to our workstation, we do our open-end calculations. How? If you have ready-made Excel, if you have prepared, we go for the calculations. So what Bhushan is going to do, he will first check. Management has given it capping of 60,000. So he'll go and check whether I have the ability to give 14 lakhs or not. He will be giving the maximum limit 60,000. So now how much is the salary, the total compensation? 15 lakhs 46,000. So is it within that limit, whatever Chitradan is expecting, whether Bhushan has that much of power to give that? Yes or no?
No.
Why not? 60,000 is the maximum limit given by the management, right? So when he's taking 60,000, total CTC, how much it comes? 15 lakhs 46,000, which is more than 14 lakhs. So Bhushan has the authority now. Are you getting it what I'm saying, people? This is
Yeah.
what this is what Bhushan is going to check. That taking that 1 hour time or 2 hours time, what we do. That's what I'm telling to you. We come back to our workplace. Management has given a capping of 60,000. So first I will check changing the basic value to 60,000. Do I have that authority to pay 14 lakhs or not? So when I go for 60,000, how much CTC is coming up? 15 lakhs 46,000. So out of 15 lakhs 46, can I give 14 lakhs or not? I have the power to accept somebody's demand up to 15 lakhs 48,000. Out of that, Chittaranjan is demanding 14 lakhs. Can I give or not?
Yes.
Definitely, I can give that. Now, come to the limit of 14 lakhs. Whatever Chittaranjan is demanding, what should be the structure of the salary? So I will just bring down the value 60,000 to 59,000. So I'll become closer like 57,000. 56,000. So as long as this value doesn't turn up to 14 lakhs, my permutation combinations will be keep continuing over here. And once I reach 14 lakhs over here, then I will stop. So I may get the answer in 20 hits, 15 hits, or 25 hits. You can't predict it. But this is how we do in that 2 hours of time. Do you all agree with me?
Yeah.
So this is what our job. Nothing wrong. What we are doing is absolutely perfectly all right. I'm not denying about that. Now think about the other side of the coin, other side of the table. Suppose say Chittaranjan is still sitting for another 2 hours. Bhushan is still having a chance to win that candidate. Now suppose say take an example. Next to our company or in the neighborhood of our company, our friend Chittaranjan has got scheduled one more job interview over there. So he thought for a while, instead of sitting idle for 2 hours in this company, let me check with that company's recruiter if they are okay with to conduct that interview so that I can finish it off within that timeline and I can go back to my home early. Anybody will be thinking to optimize the timeline like that? So nothing wrong in that also. So when he approached to the neighborhood company, that recruiter immediately they have accepted his demand of 14 lakhs. So what you believe now, Bhushan? Whether Chitran is going to come back to this company? No, because he has got what he has wanted. So what happens now? Because you could not take the decision on the right time, you lost a good candidate. Do you agree with me, Bhushan? Yes, Harshada?
Yes, Prabhas.
Right.
Yes.
So a big loss because we could not take the decision on the table. This is our loss number one. Loss number two, whatever the efforts Harshada has made to find out or to search Chitranjan's profile from different sources, though it is LinkedIn or WhatsApp network or Naukri or Shine.com, whatever it is, that entire efforts has gone into drain. Do you agree, Harshada?
Yes.
Now, since there is an absence of one teammate in the team, the entire team's performance is under stake now. So that leads to a question in the public's mind, or the management again may question to Bhushan, saying that, Bhushan, why don't you fill that gap? I told you, I gave the authority. Why you are taking so much of time to fill one gap? Now Bhushan is speechless. He cannot say that, okay, there were some people coming up and I could not take the decision in time. You can't explain all these things, and management is also not interested to hear all this, right? So this is the place where people, again, I'm saying, coming back to the point, if you do not take the decision on the right time, and that the right decision in the right time, it costs us a lot. So how Excel is going to help us on the table itself, how to take the call, whether to hire Chitranjan or not, or we should let him go immediately, how to take the decision and close this entire transactions over there. Take a look. Goal seek, where do we find that? In the data menu, if you see, there's an option called what if analysis, and there is a tool called goal seek. So where goal seek is available, we have understood in data, what if analysis group, goal seek is the tool. But remember one thing, To use goalseek, you cannot use wherever you wish or you want. There are certain rules you need to follow. Rule number one, goalseek says that the data where you want to apply goalseek, it must be formula driven. So in our data, there are so many formulas, not a problem. Rule number one is satisfied. Now, rule number two, when you go to data, what if analysis, goalseek, it gives me first criteria is called set cell. Set cell is nothing but objective cell. So in any data, there will be one objective. So if you have understood the whole story, what is our objective? Our objective is attain the annual CTC. So annual CTC is my set cell or objective cell. Now rule number two says that whichever the cell you consider as a set cell or objective cell, that must contain a formula. So annual CTC, is it containing a formula? Yes, monthly CTC multiplied by 12. So definitely rule number 2 is also satisfied. Now, once I define my set cell to the annual CTC, two value character, that is the second criteria, two value. So how much Chittaranjan is expecting? 14 lakhs. So that I must type manually. So you have to ensure how many zeros? Five zeros. Perfect. So this cell we have to always type it manually. We cannot refer to a cell and make it dynamic. You have to always type manually. Now, coming back to third criteria, by changing cell. Which cell you change so that this value will become 14 lakhs. So taking 1 hour, 2 hour time, which cell we are trying to apply with different permutation combination is the basic one. So this becomes my third criteria, that is called by changing cell. Now see the beauty on your blink of your eyes. When I go and click OK, Excel will take its own iteration and calculation and immediately it will throw the result with the combinations to achieve that 14 lakhs. Cool. So without making any delay, now Bhushan is going to welcome Mr. Chitranjan, saying that Chitranjan, we have through the interview. Welcome aboard. You may join our organizations from day after tomorrow, and HR people will be taking care about the rest of formalities. That's it. So this is how people. This goal seek tool will be very, very helpful whenever you want to do any kind of profitability calculations, when you go for break-even point calculation, when you want to attain the optimum um, solution in terms of profit maximization, wealth maximization, you can make use of this formula. Very, very helpful. Try this, check it's working. Any questions, any difficulties, do let me know. All right. So how to make use of this data analytical tool called GoalSeek? We are clear. Okay. So taking the live data, keep practicing, but remember always the rules. Data must contain the formulas or formula driven cells only. You can work with GoalSeek. Rule number one. Rule number two, set cell should be the objective cell and it must contain a formula. You have to remember that. Okay. So now we'll go for our next sheet is people naming called data clean one. Data clean one. Okay. Why we need to clean our data? What is the meaning by data cleaning? Let's first discuss that. Remember one thing, whenever you are working with any spreadsheet data, though you have downloaded something from SAP, ERP, whether it is IBM ERP, Oracle ERP, or CRM, or any other platform you download the data, 90% cases you will receive your data with uncleaned format or unstructured format. Now, what is the meaning by unclean format? Like your data might be having unwanted spaces, column header would be missing, data might be having some blanks, column which contains may number may not be in number format, column which contains date may not be date in proper date format. Could be the case. These are nothing but the examples of your unclean data. Hope you're able to connect with the theory what I said.
Yes.
Now, once you have received the same, then your job is first to clean the data, make it ready for next level, then you can do the rest of calculation. So we have got something like that. Take a look. Suppose say I have got some vendors records of last 15 days, whatever the transactions I have captured the data, and I found that, or somebody sent me this data, I found that there are certain errors over here. So what are the errors? If you look at, you could see, I'm highlighting hash division, hash reference, hash null, hash value, hash name, or hash reference, all these kind of errors we come across. Now, that leads to a question in my mind, why there are so many errors? So when I checked in the backend, I found that these errors are because of data absence or format incompatibility or case sensitivity. So technically, these errors are not playing any role. So I just ignored it. I sent it across to my next level. Say, to my boss. He asked the same question. I explained, not a problem. But unfortunately, in that mail, another four people were there in CC. They did not ask in one time, they just asked in four different time zones. Now I need to explain the same thing five different times. Now think about it. If you were in my place, won't you get frustrated? Explaining the same thing again and again. You will get frustrated, that is a different story, but time is being wasted. So whose time it is? Of course, it's my time. So my time is not my time, it's organization's time. So at the end of the day, my office time is getting wasted. Who is held responsible for that? Boss is always right. He has the right to ask questions. So I can't claim, I can't say that this is the mistake of my boss. He asking unwanted questions. So people will ask. So it is our mistake. So what you have understood from the whole story, whenever you receive your data in this format having the errors in place, it is our duty to first clean the errors. So in place of those errors, now we are expecting there should be a text called NA. So how to present it, how to bring that data in a clean format. Take a look. If you ask anything like this to our Excel experts in the corporates, they will say, Prabhas, don't worry, go for find and replace. Trust me, find and replace in one time, only one error you can handle. We have got a varieties of errors. So how to deal with the same? Take a look. Keep your cursor anywhere in the data. Go for Control A to select the whole data. Go for Control G, G for Gamma or G for Goa. Go to dialog box will appear where you could see there's an option called special. So when I go and click on the special option, then it will take me to the dialog box called go to special, where we have the option called constants from the left second option. And in this values tab, we have to deactivate numbers, text, and logicals. I repeat, having the selection with constants, removing the options called numbers, text, and logicals. So having the selection with errors only, we'll go and click OK. Now see, from the entire data, only the errors driven cells alone will be in selection. Leave the mouse, leave the touchpad, immediately type what you're expecting, NA. So wherever it is typing, don't bother, but if you want to ensure about it, go for the formula bar and you can notice this is showing NA over here. Perfect. Now we need to go for over here, application of the same for the others. Control, enter. It is ready. Perfect. I'll go to home, I'll make it center, and I'll go for coloring those cells. Now, once I colored them, I need to drop one legend, one statement over here. This is called your legend, that error driven cells replaced with nil. So this is how whenever I'm sending to someone else, by looking at that one line of statement, they will make out why this cell colored yellow and what is the purpose behind that and what is that the value it was there that it is being defined with NA. So this is the right way of doing the data cleansing and handling the errors and presenting your data effectively to the audience. So give it a try, check it's working. Any doubt, any queries, anybody? Hope it is clear, working?
Hi, Prabhas.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. How
Mhm.
did you type NA in all the cells, all the selected cells?
Just type NA, control enter.
I tried that, but it's not working.
You can share your screen, no problem.
Second. Is my screen visible?
Yeah. Keep your cursor. Just type NA.
Oh,
Just type
NA.
NA1. NA
Yeah.
and control enter.
Okay. Yeah.
Now
Yep.
center them,
Yep.
align them to center. No, not yet completed. Align them to
Yep.
center.
I'm thinking of doing it by keyboard.
Alt H A C.
Alter. Yeah. Yep.
Then apply the color, that yellow color font. Yeah. And then go to the bottom of your data.
Yeah. Legend.
And then, yes, align the color again, same color, and then explain that. What is this color about?
Yep. Okay.
Error-driven cells replaced with NA.
Yep. Thank you.
No problem. So this is how we have understood how to handle the errors in place whenever you have the spreadsheet data you come across with. Okay. Now let us go for practicing upon the same. If you look at our data again, there are many more cells you could find. We have got some blanks in place. Can you see I'm highlighting blanks? So our objective is now the blank cells, wherever it is there, we would like to replace with a text called NA. That is we did for errors. Suppose I want to differentiate them with nil, NIL. So how to do that? So do one thing again. Keep your cursor anywhere in the data, Control A, and go for Control G. G for gamma. Same go to box will appear. Then go for special. That is in the bottom left. Then go to special, you'll be finding an option called blanks. Blanks. I'm highlighting, you can check also. So when you go for blanks over here and click OK with immediate effect, you will be finding from the entire data set only the blank cells are alone in selection. Yes. Then type what you were expecting, NIL, and hit Control Enter. And as I told you, first you make it align to the center, and then do not forget to apply a different color so that people can differentiate easily what you have done over there with these colors. And same color I can apply saying that blanks replaced with NA or nil. So this is how we have understood how to clean our data, how to handle the errors in the data, how to deal with our blank cells over there in the data and make it ready for next level. So I'm taking a pause, kindly confirm. For any difficulties, any questions, do let me know. So I go to data clean 2 if it is clear.
Yes, all clear.
Okay. How about others? Vishan, Chittaranjan, Rohan. Okay. Once it is done, then go to data clean 2. So here, let me give you the background story of the data. Okay. Ideally, what happens when you download the data from SAP or ERP, there are always two areas you will be finding a trouble. One, the date column will not be in date format. Second, the number column will not be in number format. And unless and until you clean these two columns, your data is of no use at all. But the question is how to clean them with no time. Take a look. Suppose say my boss asked me, Pravas, get me the entire employee related information. So I gave a respective T code in my SAP system and I could download near about 1 lakh line items like this. How's the data? Like employee code is there, employee name is available, employee title, whatever the job responsibility they have, and the column name called annual salary, which is having a trouble. Now you can see what is the trouble over here. The number column, the annual salary contains the numbers, but it is not in a number format. Now you can ask me a question, how did you come to know by looking at the data? Simple. If you see very closely, each and every cell's top left corner, can you see a green color flag symbol is there? So it's a simple message that the cells which are containing the data is not compliant with the right format. So numbers are not there in number format. This is what the clarity we got it. If you believe that it's still not enough, well, I'll show you something. If I go and try to apply a formula called sum, okay, just see what is it returning is 0. So this is a confirmation again. Our data, whatever it looks like a number, it's not there in number format. Then how to clean it? Okay. But before proceeding further with the cleaning procedure, if it is not in a number format, then which format it is? If you want to identify Select your cells, go to Home tab, you will come to know the format of those cells. So what format is there? Text format is that, right? So definitely it's not in a number format. Now we have got a complete closure on this. But the question is how to clean them. Here, our experts, they will suggest you, Prabhas, do not worry, select your data, go for this yellow color symbol and choose convert to number. Do not ever go for this operation. Well, then you can ask me a question, Prabhas, we have been doing so far and we have got the success. I'm not saying it will not going to work. It will work because it is designed only for limited row items. 10, 20, up to 50, it will work like a charm. But we have got 1 lakh records and by mistake, if you have opted it, then you will be inviting the trouble for your system like Excel not responding, Excel is restarted, Excel stopped working, screen is completely grayed out, or it goes for hang, and again you have to restart your system. There is no other options. You must have noticed so many times. Yes, people.
Yes.
So in those cases, how to handle this situation? Take a look. So instead of going for this option, just do one thing along with me. Keep your cursor in the first salary value, then select the rest. Control Shift down arrow key. Now here you can notice when I go for selecting my data, either it reaches to the extreme bottom or it reaches to the extreme right. But I need to come back. So I'll tell you, instead of scrolling it again and again, I'll tell you a very beautiful keyboard shortcut how it's going to help you. So any point of time when you select your data and you want to come back to the source cell, go for Control Backspace. Control Backspace. So when I go for backspace, immediately you will be finding you have reached the initial phase of your cells or initial cell, whatever you have started working with. Now, coming to our data menu, we have a beautiful option called text to column. What is that? Text to column. So when I go and click on this text to columns, you will be finding a text to column input wizard will open on your screen. Whatever it is selected, don't bother about that. Straight away go for next button. And then it will show you the list of delimiters. Let it be. Go for next. Then column data format. By default, it shows us general. So here, what is the role of that general? Let's have the understanding. So if you recall, when I was explaining this cell format from the home tab, what it was explaining, it was showing the text format. But Excel is trying now to make it general. So what is the meaning by this operation? Because Excel doesn't know which format you're expecting. So general is nothing but the neutral format of your Excel cell. So Excel is trying to understand that you are going for respective formats. That's why it is trying to bring it to neutral format. So neutral, you can make it to number, date, time, currency, percentage, anything you want, you can bring it on. Okay. Now let it be. No need to do any changes. And now go and click finish. So could you see that? Immediately the entire data will be cleaned and the green color flag symbols will be removed and the total whatever it was showing the formula errors, this is also no more having the errors. Formula is giving the result over here. So this is what the solution for our problem number one. Whenever you download the data from SAP or ERP, how to clean the data, how to bring the numbers into proper number format, we have understood. Check it out. All these things are working. All right. So can I take that call? Problem number one, solution, everybody is clear? If at all any question, feel free to ask. All right. So now we'll go for our problem number two. So come to the extreme right column. There is a column naming called year. And if you look at that year column, you will be finding it is throwing some kind of error called hash value. And if you look at any random cell, there is a formula already embedded naming called year in that value column. And that year formula is depending upon a column naming called date. Now, since there is some problem in the date column and this year is in trouble, then how to clean this, how to rectify the data or the error, how to make it clean? Just see. So here, keep your cursor in the first date value, the higher date column, and select the rest. How to select? Control Shift down. And I told you recently, just 5 minutes back, whenever you select the large volume of data like this, if you want to come back, what is the shortcut? Anybody? Control backspace. Now, date column. I told you that there is some problem in the date. That's why my year formula is not working. Now, what is the problem in the date column? Let's have a discussion on that. See, as I told in the morning, I mean, in the afternoon when we started the session, Excel date format, always the date has to be in proper date format. So, proper date format in the sense either DD MMYY or MMDDYY, not a problem. But the separators always has to be either hyphen or forward slash, either hyphen or forward slash. Apart from these two, anything else is there like dot, underscore, or backslash, or anything else, then that is not definitely going to be called as a proper date format. Then how to clean it? Simple. After selecting the data, going to the data menu, here again same option, what text to column. So when I go for text to column, it brings me in the dialog box something like this. Then in this box, if you look at, no need to do any changes, go for next. Again in the same chain, next over here. Now you can see our data, it is there in date format, but it is showing general. So we need to change. We need to change from general to date. This is the first change. Now next to the date, you can see there is a box over here showing the status something DMY. What is the purpose? Let me take you through. See, you have to ensure that what is the date format we have in the column, date, month, year. Then this drop down also should show that date, month, year. Okay. Now since it is there, DMY, I'll go and click finish. So my entire date column is cleaned and corresponding to that, that year column which was throwing a trouble, that is also clean. So this is how the story of data clean 2 we have understood. Whenever we download the data from SAP or ERP, how to clean the data. And once you clean the data, then how to present it effectively to the audience. We have seen that. So check it out. Is it working? Any doubt, any queries? These are most essential things, people. So if you do not know how to clean your data, then always you have to depend upon some third party. And that again leads to a lot of question mark about your efficiency. So please make it clear here itself. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask. So data clean 2, is it clear for all? Could you please confirm the chat box? All right. So now we'll proceed to our data clean 3. So now we are going to discuss with one of the beautiful data tool that is called one of the artificial intelligence tool of Microsoft Excel, which will be helping you again to clean your data with no time. So what is this AI tool? As I told you, Excel has got some ready-made AI tools. So let's have a look at that. Take a look. Suppose say I download some data from SAP or ERP, and this is all related to the employee names or the vendor names or the customer names you can consider. My boss is saying that, Pravas, this is the name, then why don't you differentiate the name, like first name in one column and last name in other column? He is expecting I should bifurcate or segregate the data into columns. All right. So if this is the case, again, our experts, they will suggest you go for either formulas like left, right, found, made, all this, or choose function or anything, or they will ask you to go for text to column. Remember one thing, the more the formula and function, again, file size will be more. And if you're opting for some operations, then you have to remember the whole story, how to apply this. But now, right now, we don't need to do anything. See the beauty, what we can do. Just first watch my screen. What I'm doing, I'll go and type my first case, Emily, last name, Davis. Okay. I keep my cursor below to Emily, a simple keyboard shortcut. Again, below to Davis, a simple keyboard shortcut. Looks cool like just a magic. What is this all about? These are nothing but a keyboard shortcut, Control E. And this is nothing but the keyboard shortcut for a beautiful artificial intelligence tool of Microsoft Excel, naming called Flash Fill. Try this, check it's working.
Yes, it's working.
Right. Now let us go and check it out. Control E is the keyboard shortcut, but in ribbon menu where this flash fill operation or option is available, take a look. If I go to Home tab, just towards my right side, below to Sigma, there is a down arrow key symbol is there, and this is called your flash fill. So this is through the ribbon also you can trigger this option. It's not necessary that we should go over here with the keyboard shortcut. So if you forget by mistake or unknowingly any point of time, you can go over here. Okay. So where flash fill is available and what is the keyboard shortcut we have understood. Now let's go and handle some more situation where this flash fill is going to help me and how it is helping us. Let's discuss that. Take a look. Suppose say I have downloaded some data of employee names and employee first name and last name. It comes in two different columns like this. My boss is asking, Prabhas, this is the name only. Then why don't you combine the data and put it in one column? So if I need to combine, again, what is that we have learned? We have to use a formula naming called concatenate, or we go for ampersand symbol to combine with. So these are the old school of thoughts, and this is the outdated fashion. Now, without using any kind of formula or function, how to combine the data? Take a look. I'll go for typing my first case, Gary Miller, the way I want. Simple, Control E. Again, flash fill. Does it work? Yes, very well. So for data segregation, for data conjoining, both the operations, one tool, Control E. Check it out. So can you imagine because of this control E, how our speed is also increasing, file is also not getting heavy. So many advantages about this tool if you look at. Now let me take you through another situation where this flash fill is going to help us. Take a look. Suppose say I have got some new joinees. These are the people joining my organization. Now, being a HR person, my job is to assign the email IDs for those people. Now, email ID is not something like which I like it, I can give the pattern. There is always a rhythm, there is always a consistent format in any industry, any organizations, wherever you are working with. Now, suppose say our organization has a pattern saying that the email ID has to be first name dot last name at the rate ABC. So here again, to get this pattern over here, people always go for concatenate, ampersand, adding some prefix, suffix. They will do all these nasty things. Not needed. Take a look. I'll delete this. This is just for the understanding I had created. I have deleted. Now I'll go on type. What is that? I need Gary, G capital first dot M capital Miller at the rate abc.com. Then Control E. Simple keyboard shortcut. Again, while adding some prefix or suffix also, you can make use of this flash fill. Check it out.
Yep, it's working.
Now, let us go and check where else we can apply this flash fill over here. Take a look. Certain times what it happens, we receive the data from multiple cost centers, multiple BUs, multiple vendors, multiple customers. And sitting at one place, it is my job to consolidate the data and send the final report to my next level. But when I receive my data, people from different places, different mindset, different types of data, they design and disseminate across. Say, for example, one unit they prefer to write all this entirely into a small letter case. Somebody is writing preferably to go for capital case, and somebody is going for opting the mixed case. So it is my job now getting tedious at the end of the month to present our data effectively with some consistent manner. So this is the place where, again, I have to depend upon a formula, naming called upper, proper, lower, and all these things. So without using any kind of formula or function, how this sentence case can be chosen, we are going to discuss that. Now, again, just click. There is no formula function needed. Whatever I'm looking for, Gary, G capital, M, Miller, M capital. That's it. Control E. Can you see all those places, the exact same case it is coming up? So G capital, M capital, Gary Miller. So again, flash fill, how this is so helpful for changing case purpose. You can also use this. Hope it is clear, working for all.
Yes.
Right. Now let me take you through some more problems, how to deal with that. Take a look. At times, what it happens, we receive some statements, a huge data, kind of a remarks column, or kind of some kind of observation column, or kind of a reference column, where the entire data set will be there like a paragraph or kind of more than one sentence. And out of that, we are looking for some specific records or some specific quantity or some BOQs over there. Then how to get it? So, for example, I have got Gary Miller. I don't need the entire name, just the acronyms or short name GM is enough for me. So ideally to get that, again, we go for data left, right, all these formulas, functions in place, which is not required at all. So if I want to get that immediately, how to get it? Just see. I'll go for my first case GM, then Control E. Done. All the places, whatever the name's first letter is there. Did I receive the acronyms or initials in the same fashion? Yes. So that's what the beauty. Trust me, 90% cases for data cleansing, you can make use of this. And this is going to save a lot of time for you.
Yeah.
Fine. So let me take you through another situation where we can use this flash bill. Take a look. Suppose say I have downloaded some data or any kind of report you talk about from SAP or ERP, whether it is a purchase order report or work order data, or it is something related to your project related some data or some invoice related data. So the date column will be definitely must be there. But you want to analyze the data, taking the data of past 3 years or 4 years. So you want to make a bucket of column called year so that year wise you can differentiate. So whenever you have a date column and you want to find out the year out of that, always we depend upon a formula called year, which is not required at all. See, I'm just deleting this. Without using any formula and function, I'll just go and type first case the year, then Control E. Can you see? All the years across this date column, did I receive at once? Yes. So this is how this data clean three people will be very, very helpful for data cleansing purpose. And remember, 90% cases, as I told you, trust me, for data cleansing, you can make use of this. And this tool is available only if you are there in 2013 and above versions of Microsoft Excel. Earlier, it was not there. Okay, check it out. Is it working? Any doubt, any queries in this?
No.
Now, let me give you the most important phase of this flash fill. See, flash fill, how to apply, where it is available, what is the shortcut key, we have understood. But we cannot apply flash fill wherever we want. There are certain rules again you need to follow while application of your flash fill. What are they? Rule number one, flash fill says that next to the data column has to be blank. So what does it mean? If your data is in column A, column B has to be blank. If your column B is also having some data, then you need to insert a blank column. So what you have understood from this, if your column is there in A column, data is there in column A, you cannot apply flash fill in column E. Only the adjacent column data only it will work. So you have to ensure that next to the data column, either in the left or right, not a problem, but column has to be remain blank. So rule number one, is it clear? Next to the data column has to be blank.
Yep.
Rule number two, whenever you apply flash fill and extract your data, do not forget to make it as copy paste special value. Why copy paste special value? There is no formula over here. Yes, formula is not there. Even though you save your data tomorrow, when you try to reopen, the data will get changed or diluted because this is not a formula or function driven data. This is a AI generated data. So there is a chances high over here data will get changed. So just to safeguard your data, make a thumb rule. Whenever you apply flash fill, data you have extracted, data you have combined, data you have conjoined, but make it as paste special value. This is our rule number 2. Rule number 3, flash fill says that whenever you want to use flash fill, ensure your data column should not contain any formula. If your data is containing any formula, flash fill will not work because flash fill doesn't respond to the formula driven cells. So what you need to do, you have to first make copy paste special value in this data column, then only you can apply flash fill. So these are the 3 rules. Always remember that is very, very essential when you are working in Excel. And as I told you, 2013 and above versions Microsoft Excel, you will be finding this tool available. When the whole world was not aware of what is AI, Microsoft has seen the vision, and that's why in 2013 itself they had created this AI tool. But hardly people use this. So you got now the flavor. So whenever going forward you happen to clean some data, first apply flash fill. If it doesn't work, then go for some alternative, some formula, functions, results, anything you want, you can go for it. All right.
Yes.
So any doubt, any queries for the day? So let's have a quick recap what we did today. So we started with some data, how to crunch data, how to apply some necessary formula functions to make it more informative by doing some kind of statistical calculation. Then we saw how to make our data presentable by using our control T, making it as a table format, and the advantages of table format we saw. Then we have seen by using hidden formula of date diff how to compute the difference between two separate dates, and how to make use of today formula to make it dynamic, and how to make use of these dollar symbols and before cell or before column, before row, and if before both, then what it happens. Then we saw the data analytical tool like GoalSeek, how to use it, and the case studies also there we have seen. Rules always remember, and GoalSeek is available in the what if analysis group of data. Then we saw how to clean our data if you have the errors or blanks in place, how to do the right treatment with the same by using Control G command and make it ready. Then we saw detecting tool like when you download the data from SAP or ERP, how to clean the data and how to make those necessary columns ready over there so that you can do the necessary calculations for the label. Then we saw data clean 3. So instead of taking your holistic approach of our formula or functions or orthodox approach, how to make use of this AI tool ready-made, which you have called Flashfill, the keyboard shortcut Control E. And we have seen various situations for that. So this is it from our day one side. Any doubt, any queries from anybody?
No.
All right. So all are comfortable. The speed is okay. Whatever the way I'm driving the session, you're able to connect with that, or you feel that this is a bit fast enough, we have to slow down the pace. Any concerns are there, please bring it to my notice because we have got other 3 days. I'll try my best to incorporate on that. Not a problem. So any such kind of concerns, concepts wise, it is not clear, Prabhas, or the speed is bit fast enough. I want you to slow down the pace. Any such kind of concerns are there, or anything is not clear? Fine then. So if all are good with this, then we'll be continuing the same. So please join the session tomorrow at day 2 link. Please join the meeting room on time so that we can effectively utilize the window time. And if you have any doubts or queries, also bring it to the session. We'll discuss that, not a problem. And before stepping into day two program, please make one time practice with day one takeaways, day one subject, whatever we discussed. Do not forget that. And I'll be making the recordings available maximum by 9 p.m. tonight. And looking at the recordings, if at all anything is missing still, feel free to ask me. Okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll call it as a day.